It's been a long time since we last reviewed Sunny from That Guy Can Cook, and today we're going to be seeing how he makes his egg fried rice for Uncle Roger. And if you're on any other platforms like Twitch, Kick, TikTok, Insta, I'm on there too. Follow me, yeah? Now, let's get started.
There's a reason why egg fried rice is such a popular dish. It definitely has something to do with the fact that it is the best way to use up your day-old rice. No time to waste, my friends. Now let's go!
This looks like an old video. Was this before or after the butter chicken video that we reviewed? Maybe this is a lot older than I thought. The one thing I like about Sunny is that he always has a lot of energy. Like always. Something tells me that he was fun to work with in the kitchen. You know, when you're working like 18-hour days, you need a little like life.
First of all, if rice is a part of your life, then get yourself a rice cooker because it becomes like a friend for life and it even sings to you. Yeah, that's right.
That's the same rice cooker that Uncle Roger has.
He used same rice cooker as Uncle Roger. Fui-oh. You see my rice cooker back there? See, same one, just different color.
I still don't have a rice cooker. I don't see why I need to spend money on a machine that makes only one thing when I can make it in less than 12 minutes. I wish I honestly had a machine that did everything, you know? Like a replicator.
I'd like me a thick Kansas City steak and some country fried potatoes and a mess of greens. Oh hell, just forget all that and give me a martini straight up with 2 olives.
If anybody is like a rocket scientist as well as an engineer and everything else, that would be a great idea to come up with a new product. Replicators, just like Star Trek.
Now, I made some rice last night. There it is, nice and hard. That's what we use for egg fried rice. It's gonna be a mess if you do it with sticky rice, day of rice. And for me, when I make rice, I take this finger right here. And you see this first knuckle? This one right here? Not rice up to my knuckle, but half, which for me is the top of this nail. And I'm telling you that works.
This is a very good technique to use, but it does vary on a person because obviously somebody that's either under or about 5 foot is not going to have the same finger size as somebody that's 6 foot or above. So, but normally it's to the first knuckle, more or less right around here.
Perfectly every single time, it never fails, and it doesn't matter how much rice you do. It's incredible. The spring onion's kind of weak, all right? I know how to fix it. Take a little Uncle Roger powder and just sprinkle it on and boom! You got a real spring onion. Now with our giant true spring onion, we're gonna use this first and we'll cook it in our oil or fat, whatever you're using, along with the other aromatics to get everything nice and fragrant.
In Spain, there is another onion that you can get at the store which looks like spring onions, it's just that they're enormous.
These regular spring onions, we'll just cut the tops. We'll use that as a beautiful green garnish. Brilliant. Now, spring onion for our garnish. Let's just take off those frilly tops and we'll slice these really nice and thin, like so. Just enough for however much egg fried rice you're making. I'm gonna make about 4 cups worth, although we're not measuring any of this, right? Just use what you have. That's the whole point of egg fried rice. That is beautiful, okay?
Normally the green part of the green onions is for garnish and the white bit you can actually cook because it tends to be a little like stronger. So if you don't want that flavor and you don't want it so strong, it's better to use it to cook with.
Next up, some chilies. I'm using Fresno. I just happen to be a big fan of these chilies. They're fruity, they're delicious. They have a nice medium spicy. They won't blow the roof off your tongue. That's not a thing, but we're saying it anyway. And here we can make a little shelf.
If you're gonna be using some Thai chilies, be careful, they're hot.
So it stands and then we'll just slice down like this and we'll just go all the way around the chili. Bam. Does not need to be perfect because nobody and nothing is, right? Just rough chop, not too big, not too small. Lastly, some garlic. You don't need it, but I like it, right? Let's get a couple cloves. We just smash it with a knife like so. That way we can just pop it right out. Little roll if you need. Boom, there it is. Got it? Little roll. Hummingbird mode. I'm not even gonna take out that little root.
It's either me or it kind of looks like his camera. I mean, he's zoomed up close, but it just seems like he's on a lower frames per second, maybe like 25 or 30 frames per second, because it seems a little blurry when he moves in the motion.
Because I'm a home cook now. MP white, baby! MP white! Boom, done, 10 seconds. Couple eggs here, one more. Now, your wok. Because what are you gonna do? Cook it in an omelet pan? No, you need a wok.
I made egg fried rice last night, actually, in a pan, in a skillet. If you don't have a wok, you don't need one, although it does make a big difference. It's easier, and you get a better like consistency, better flavor. It's just easier, it's better. But I also have induction, not gas, which is also better to make a better egg fried rice. Because induction only heats from the bottom, whereas gas doesn't just heat the bottom, it also heats the sides of the pan. so it heats more. It has a wider surface area of where the heat is actually contacting the pan.
Now a little neutral oil, we're gonna coat, and I like to just take a paper towel here and rub that everywhere. It'll also get off the excess. Heat here is just a touch under full blast, medium high, maybe a touch more. Now some people may think this is wrong, but I have some beef fat ice cube. This stuff has so much flavor. I'm gonna use this rather than vegetable oil, and it's gonna be way better. Yes, it is. In she goes, and maybe a touch of peanut oil. So I know beef fat and peanut oil is not gonna be bad. Let's start with that giant spring onion. 1 minute later, we add the garlic. Now, tossing is encouraged, but don't toss it too much that you lose the heat from your pan. I see a lot of people going overboard with the tossing.
What he means by that is normally when people do a lot of tossy, they pick the pan up and it's above the flames. It's not touching. So you lose a lot of the heat and they just keep flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. I've seen more than a few chefs get yelled at in the kitchen when they do this because they pick the pan up off the heat when you need to keep it on the heat. So even if you still have to toss, do it closer to the heat source. It's hard, but it's possible. Now see, if he was doing this with induction, you have to take it off the heat source completely because it needs to be close for contact for the magnets to work.
30 seconds later, we add our chili. Nice and aromatic, yes. Now your eggs, pop, pop. Mix them in the pan, right? Not too much, just a little. Don't keep mixing, it's okay to see a little white and a little bit of the yolk.
If any of you haven't seen our reviews of Chef Wong Gong making his egg fried rice, he separates the yolk and the white. So he actually cooks the whites and the yolk separately, takes them out of the pan, and then cooks the other ingredients. And well, basically he cooks all the ingredients individually, and then at the very end, he adds everything back in together. And his wok station is like a bloody jet engine. I mean, the amount of flame coming out of there, whoa, is enormous.
Toss it over, right? Boom, we're just cooking it side to side. Just a minute on the eggs, drop your rice. I don't know how much I'm doing, it's egg fried rice. Declump the rice a little bit. And we'll just cook till that rice is nicely declumped, about 3 minutes.
If Uncle Roger was reviewing this, I think he'd be criticizing him for not using the back of the ladle to smash the clumps instead of just using the side to cut them.
And this to prevent clumping of the rice. Good technique.
So far though, Sunny does look to be doing a good job because the rice looks very, well, it looks dry. It doesn't look super wet and it's looking pretty good. Very simple though. This is a simple recipe.
Now, this is the soy sauce you've been looking for, right? Do it to eye. A little bit of sesame oil in the sauce. Now, get it around the edges. So, and let's go. White pepper, always preferred for egg fried rice. In fact, I just love white pepper.
Me personally, I don't like white pepper that much. It has a very distinctive smell. In other words, it can stink a little bit. And in more like the French kitchen, there is a rule with the colors. So if you have a white sauce, you need to use white pepper because otherwise if you use black pepper, you'll have these little black bits in a white sauce.
I've been using it a lot lately to taste. You like a lot of pepper, do a lot of pepper. You don't, then don't. Maybe a little more soy. And the last thing, Uncle Roger powder, baby. Let's go, MSG! I'm gonna do my part to let everybody know that MSG is freaking cool, man. Cook that in for a minute, we're done. Now let's serve it up.
You see there? He did the little flip into the ladle. He's been practicing for this because this takes a little bit of technique with the wrist. You have to flick it.
That's what's up. Last thing to do, make those green onions rain, and those are the prettiest freaking green onions I've ever seen. And there is your egg fried rice, my friends, in all of its glory. I think it's time to taste.
It looks super, super good. I think that Sunny did an excellent job. I mean, you can see the individual grains of rice that they're not sticking to each other. So his little soji rushi actually cooked the rice perfectly because if you overcook the rice, it's true, it does start to stick a little bit and then it's a little too clumpy. It's not nice.
Honestly, these ingredients, that technique is all you freaking need to make incredible egg fried rice. I could eat this whole plate. It's like one of those dishes you eat, you take a bite. You're not even thinking about chewing and swallowing the bite. You're just thinking about the next bite. That's a good sign. And the way the rice feels in your mouth, you can feel every single grain. Oh man, the fridge is getting it today. Uncle Roger?
Poor fridge. That kind of sounds a little ominous, no? The fridge is gonna get it today. You know, we are getting to that point where AI may become sentient, and if it becomes or gets close to that, the day that your fridge is actually like thinking for itself and you beat the you-know-what out of it. Refrigerator abuse.
Uncle Roger, if you ever see this, man, I dedicate this jumping, spinning, what's it called? What am I doing? Some kind of taekwondo shit. It's a jumping, flying, spinning kick, and it's pretty awesome. Ah!
I think he put a little too much MSG in his food.
All right, my subscribers, my friends, Uncle Roger and MSG, you know I love you and I'm out.
That's it? Overall, let's talk about the egg fried rice. He did an excellent job. It looks tasty, it looks delicious, although this is a very simple recipe, like very, very, very simple. It doesn't mean that it's too basic or it's not gonna taste good. It can taste super delicious because you still have all the flavors going on there, not to mention you put like a tablespoon of MSG in it. I mean, personally, I have a fridge downstairs that I don't like too much. I would like to get rid of it, but I'm not gonna beat the you-know-what out of it. It's just not nice. I mean, imagine if you beat the you-know-what out of it and then it decides not to work on you. What are you gonna do? Let me know your thoughts down below, everyone, on how he did, but I think Uncle Roger, if he was reviewing this, would obviously, you know, critique him a little bit for little things here and there, because that's his way.
Hiya!
But I would think that he would say he did a good job. I really would. I did already make an egg fried rice video, and I have a few other videos already that I made for Uncle Roger. So if you want to see those videos, then be sure to check them out either here or on my YouTube channel. And you just have to scroll down and look for them, or I may leave them in the description. In any case, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again very soon. Until then, take care.